Hello, everyone. So, Lord Crew here. And the topic for today, and I would like to discuss, is my nature deck that I used on the last weekend event, week 117, which I managed to get a to, to manage to reach the top six in weekend event ranking, and also managed to get a 21 wins out of 25 games. So without further ado, I will explain to you the uh how I play the deck and the content of the deck itself, and a little bit of strategy on that one. So as you can notice here in the Gods and Chains top weekend rank, I'm currently a on rank 6, Lord Crew here, and I managed to get 21 wins. So currently on the top rank for this day, I'm playing still the nature deck because it's fast winning for me. I managed now to get on a rank 8 here, and I managed to have a good win streak of using it. So you can copy this deck uh for the next weekend event if still the Flourish God power is still not been nerfed, or during this blessings of the gods challenges, and you can use this on your daily ranking. So uh now if we go now to the deck compositions, just go to my click my uh, username or IGN here, Lord Crew. It will redirect to you my page, and as you can see, I have 19 wins, 2 loss for the last 36 minutes ago. This is the deck that I've used, and this is literally the composition of the deck. and and as you can notice here, if you see the casting cost or the curve here, there are lots of two to cast casting cost creature, and followed by the first casting cost uh, creatures and spells, and then I have an average of on my 3 drops, 4 drops, 5 drop, and 6 drops. So as you can see on my 3 drop, I got only three cards. On my 4 drop, I got only 3 cards again. On my 5 drop or my 5 casting cost, I only have three of them, and on the 6 casting cost, I got two. So this I majority of the play style of this one is more on aggressive. You gonna take control the board at the early stage, right? Especially facing another nature deck or aggro deck. And if you manage to find a control deck, your only goal is to cast a small casting cost creature and attack as soon as possible. Literally give them a full damage, and the main and remember, the god power will add more damage because it adds +1 strength. Now, why suddenly the nature become now the top deck now? Because of for the two reason. Number one, for the past couple of weeks, we have this lag in servers, right? They are anything that has a long game, technically it lags you out and also drop you or end the game, literally either win or lose. And there's a currently addressed by now by the Gods and Chains developer. And because of this lag issue and disconnection issue, majority of the control players, like in high ranking, stop playing those control because it's a long game. They just start playing aggressive deck, and that's the main number one. There are lots of nature player now in high ranking. The second reason why nature became so popular because of the god power. So FYI, the flourish god power was been buffed 2 weeks ago. So last week it was suddenly buffed. Like last week it was just implemented this floor, because before it was two casting costs. Now it's only one casting cost. It add one strength, and it regens your creature. So what's the play style here? The play style here casts a creature with high health, like as you can see here, especially the Marshwalker, and buff it, and then use your hero power to control the board and also regen your damaged creature. And the best combo here, the best opening, is I noticed is the Mashwalker plus Shield Bearer. Imagine your Shield Bearer, Mashwalker will become 2/5 with one regen, and use your God Power Flourish, it will become 3-5 with 2 regen. Imagine that one. At the early board, you can literally smash all of your opponent creature, right? Especially if you're on the first turn. So that this become like a must have like first on your mulligan. Get Mashwalker and Shield Bearer. So Chiron is like similar on that one. It adds +1/+1 on your creature. So you can like buff Steel Mashwalker or Black Jaguar here on this case. And that's like literally the playstyle. As you can notice, I have like my anti AoE or my spells. I have 2 canopy and 1 lightning strike. So this is my control, like literally my control spell cards. Usually, tip here, if you're fighting a if your opponent is magic, uh, technically, I will not use I will drop canopy because majority in magic players, they have like ward creatures. So technically your spell is literally not in favor on that one. But because of Fey Flame, this one is a good card and must have. Some players I noticed they're using two, but for me, I feel like one only because sometimes if you got two of these in the early round, it's like the other one is like a dead card because FYI, this has like a 4 in durability, and it also if you using too much weapon, it might hurt your HP cost. So the rule, so that's why I put one only, and that's it. So as you can see, I only have like 3 or 4 to cast. I recommend use Mooncraze because if this is been not been killed, it will get bigger and bigger. Same goes to opponent. As you can see, if your opponent play Moontrace, kill it as soon as possible because it gets bigger and bigger every round, especially if every time you activate Frenzy. Uh, on my 6 to cast, I had 2 Jaguar because it controls the game and add you creature. And for the Brazen Moose, I just add one of this one because it's at 6/6 and it has ability of Bless that can literally manipulate the favor and Sanctum for your opponent. Previously, I had like 2 of Sudden Bloom, but I switch one and add one Pangolin. Because there are times like I like the Sudden Bloom because sometimes it's like a +5/+5 with overkill. Literally devastate your opponent. You can attack twice, and because of the overkill, it literally kills other creatures of your opponent, right? And that's I like this one, but I only use one because there are times I had 2 in my hands. The one is a dead card, so if you have like 2 6s in your hand, I rather have played the Pangolin now and then buff it later. So imagine Pangolin with Sudden Bloom, it will become literally a 11 attack with overkill, and it's literally powerful. So now let's go for a substitution. So if you want to copy this one, go ahead and tweak according to your playstyle. If not, you can lead as you can see here. If I click full details here, there are already players using my deck. Like so if I go again, go to my stats, click big biz here and click full details. As you can see, okay, player stats, third crew, big biz, full details. Oh, it doesn't work. So literally there are like some players are trying to use my deck already, and I noticed that on that one. So if I go here, okay, it not this, I think the Geo has something issue, but if you're using that one, it shows your my deck here. It literally shows that I managed to. There are like lots of players already using my deck here, and that's the main reason why the win rating. That's the main reason here. The overall, there's already 26 players trying to play. So I this is my uh the stats when I played 21, but there are already 26 other player who played this my deck and managed to get 88% of this one. So now, if we if we go now to the for beginners, and if you want to replace this one, so for example, For the one casting cost, I recommend Shield Bearers and Walker. But if you don't have Chiron, you can like go replace this one with Low Hanging. Or if you don't have like a Shield Bearer for now or waiting for that one, you can still try to use the Trial Spirit, because Trial Spirit buff your health. It will like good for your creature. Uh, Wild Hog is a must here. Always remember, Wild Hog is a must. So if I go click that one, okay, I think this is not the confirmed deck. So if we go here, Nature 7, yeah. So this is like it. You don't have, try Hanging Proof. If you don't have Hanging Proof, try the Trial of Spirits here. And if you don't have Marsh Walker for now, because you're like leveling up, go for the Pyroshell Beetle. So that's a temporary replacement for that. It's 1-3 with burn. Use your hero power to regen that one. Okay. For here one, if you don't have Pyramid Warden, you can go for the Skeleton Heavy. And if you don't have a boar, you can add more staff proof. And for example, you have one. If you don't Fey Flame, just add staff one of staff room, then add another creature with good health. So here we can like because you use skeleton heavy now already, you can add other nature, or like a shield maiden here, because you need more two to cast or one to cast, or if not, drop this one for now, add it on the three drop. So for the three drop, if you don't have goat is currently cheap, $3 US. If you don't have, you can like go for and you manage to get a divine order. I recommend the celestial dag. Or if you don't have that celestial dag, my go for as a beginner is the Amazon. Uh, if you don't have lightning strike, add another three drop here, or maybe if you have moonlight. But I highly recommend add at least one of the lightning strike, because maybe at the middle of the game, your opponent cast a big minion like big health or taunt. You can manually kill that. I don't recommend use lightning strike at the early round. I drop it majority. Uh, and I go for the two to cast creature or one to cast creature. Okay, so here if you don't have Cyclops, you can go for the Wetland Ogre here. Wetland Ogre is my favorite core card when I was like a beginner here. And so for example, you have one drop, two drop. Here you can like uh and that one. So four drop, I go for Wetland, and if you have Overgrown Rhino, add more. So it depends on preference. If you don't really have Overgrown Rhino, you can use Tibayan Brawler with front. But I highly recommend like anything that is big creature with big attack and health at the same time. So let's go for Rhino here. Okay, you can like use Nefarious for a remover for, you can like add this one for now. It will give you additional support, especially for weapons. For Brazen, if you don't have Jaguar stuff for me is a must, especially in old meta. Because it's, you can kill creatures and also add a Black Jaguar additional background and for twice. But if in case you don't have that one, you can go for full Brazen if you don't, if you have two. Or you can like go with the 5 to cast minion. One of my favorite core is Helios Battle Swarm. If technically you don't have this one, you can go for this kind of combo. And for that, this one, sudden, if you don't have Sudden Bloom or Giant Pangolin, for the core and welcome, I will go for 6 to cast. I will go for one hunt, and for control or giant, you can go double green giant if you like, for that one. Or if you don't have pangolin and sudden bloom, so you can go green giant. Or you want a little bit control lately, you can still play the hunt here. And as you can see, this is like will be my new budget tech. I still have one card to fill because of Finian is a must, but in case you don't have, you can go for the 2-3 here with taunt. We can try to use that one. Or anything, you can like also use this one, 2-3 with taunt. Or Panacea Messenger. Just like a little bit do a board control here. So okay. So this will be like literally my budget or budget deck for me here. If you have the uh Walker is a must. As you can see, Vanguard is a must. So this will be your beginner's guide for this current meta. So my tip is if this weekend event they did not nerf the flourish, go for this build. If not, if they nerf the flourish, then for now go with war with others deck that you used to play with, okay, and used to play with. So if we go now to the Google and try to refresh this one, because I want to show you that if some players already trying to use this card, full details. Oh, it's not still working. Okay, so yeah, that's all, guys. Thank you for watching. So please uh, sub on my YouTube channel, Facebook channel, and also Twitch. Like and share. So and if you want to know more, leave a comment. I will reply to you. And thank you so much. And uh, next time I will try to join me every time I do a live stream. Usually I I explain everything on my live streaming, that how why I choose that one, or like literally the gameplay. And that's all. Thank you so much.